Hello, this is Jack Hansen, and I'm here to talk about the Lippy Green section with the her comments about the 2008 election. So to start right off the bat, it starts to talk about how presidents will try very hard to seem publicly dumb in order to not seem too elite in comparison with the citizens. um, so they do this to avoid the idea of elitism. They have severely cut down on the number of words they say from 35 to 22 in a sentence, which is something that I took right out of the text, which is a pretty substantial amount. It's just over half. So that's a pretty big amount. And I found this interesting because Obama was seen to have a great articulation, but in a simple manner. So he is a great public speaker. Um, and so at first, the idea of an African American being president was seen to be a giant leap forward, in the fight against racism, especially in this country. But sadly, this began to kind of backfire as time went on, and people that started to speak out about his articulation were said to be racist because that was in comparison to the general black population, and kind of singling him out with that population as to be more articulate than the rest of that population. So from the texts, words such as uppity and boy, which were seen as inappropriate and offensive, because uppity is very offensive in the South to describe an African American. I found that no matter what, that we can try to explain the difference between whether comments are racist or a factor of language discrimination. It is a very difficult to decipher, and in my mind, it seems to be a relatively gray area and not so much black and white. So those are my thoughts for Unit 10, and thank you for listening.